cut this all out. Hey, what's up? Welcome to my channel. I'm Harley, and today we're going to be talking about tattoo apprenticeships and how I got mine. Let's start from when I was a bit younger. Still at school. I was always good at art, always loved drawing. I didn't really know what I could do with that whole skill set. It was until when I was 15 or 16 years old, my older brother, he went and got a tattoo. He asked me to come with him, and I was like, wow, that's bizarre. I've always perceived tattoo artists and tattooed people to be gangsters or something like that. It's pretty, I don't know, it's pretty weird. Anyways, besides all that point, I went with him. He got a tattoo, and I was pretty hooked. I was already at that young age thinking about my first tattoo when I turned 18 and whatnot. So fast forward a couple of years, being in high school, I was about 17 or 18, somewhere around there, 17, 16 maybe. I didn't really know what I was going to do with my life. I didn't know if I should go to uni, if I should, no plan of action. I was 17, finished high school, and I went to uni. Studied design for a year, and God, when I tell you I hated it, I hated it. I don't even know why I stayed there. I always thought, get your bachelor's, and then I'll have tattooing as a backup. Long story short, I dropped out of uni. I dropped out of that course, and I went into interior design. Funny enough, I dropped out of interior design as well. Transitioning from uni student, ex-uni student, trying to get into a tattoo industry, it's kind of daunting, I don't have any connections, I don't know anyone, nothing like that. But I said, whatever, I'm gonna do it, I wanna do this. And I feel like if anyone puts their mind to it and they wanna do something, anyone can do anything. I truly believe that. Of course, luck plays a little bit here and there, but if you're dedicated, you'll get where you wanna go. Hopefully. I hope. So when I got home, I wanted to give myself a certain amount of time to figure out what drawings I wanted to do, how many drawings to do for my art portfolio, and then I'd set out shop to shop and ask for an apprenticeship. That was my main plan. I was like, I'm doing it. This is how I'm gonna do it. I gave myself about 6 months or so to draw a whole bunch, and after that, I looked up all the local tattoo shops around me, and I expanded. I made a whole map. So this is the tattoo shops around my area, and then I went further and further and further. And I started every weekend. Every weekend I would go. Every weekday I was working. A few of the shops I went to, they were great. They gave me a lot of advice. So, if you are looking for an apprenticeship and you do go into shops like how I did, I definitely recommend you asking them for criticism or how you can improve your art portfolio, stuff like that. Just any little tips and tricks that they can do, and I'm sure there'll be someone out there who can help you with something. Nonetheless, a few bad shops, a few shops that completely ignored me, even though they didn't know I was looking for an apprenticeship or anything. I walked into the studio and all heads were down. I was like, hey, and nobody responded. It was super awkward. I'm quite proud of myself that I sat there and I was like, hey, do you guys mind checking out my work? They all said that my work wasn't that great and that I should stop looking, pretty much, yada yada yada. But I'm not gonna name and shame which studios because that's kind of rude. I went to a specific shop. I won't name them either, just because bad falling out. I went to this shop and there was a guy there. Let's call this guy Mike. So Mike was there to greet me. I said the whole shebang. I was like, hey, I want the apprenticeship. This is my work. Can you take a look at it? He said, yes, sweet. But then he had also said, you kind of don't want to work here. It's not that great. And I was like, oh, but it's a tattoo studio. I just want to get my foot in the door. That was the main thing, get your foot in the door. And he was like, yeah, it's a good way to get your foot in the door, but it's not a great place to work. Me being young, and I was determined. I was like, I need to get this. I want to get an apprenticeship. I'll get in the industry, and then I'll work my way through that. Mike said, yeah, we'll hire you. Lo and behold, I got one. I'm super duper happy, right? Wrong. No, I was very happy that I got an apprenticeship. P.S. little disclaimer, this shop didn't have a great reputation. It did give me a foot in the door, and it did get my name a little bit more out there than it was. I started to meet new people, meet tattoo artists. This is when it all changed. Mike had me under his wing for about 8 months or so, 8-9 months. I hadn't started tattooing yet or anything. I didn't get my license yet. I was just cleaning the shop, drawing, usual apprentice things. Mike left the shop. He left. He didn't even say bye. He didn't tell me he was leaving. He pretty much just said, "See you later," to the boss. And then the boss had a meeting, and he was just like, "Yeah, Mike's gone." Everyone was like, "Oh, that's all right." But to me, I was just like, "Well, I don't know what to do," because that was my teacher. He was teaching me how to tattoo and all that. So I messaged him. This is another story. We'll talk about that later. So yeah, I worked there for a bit, 8 months plus, and then Mike left. And after Mike had left, I was just pretty much walking blindly in the industry. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know where to go from here, how to transition from drawing to tattooing. No one else there really took me under their wing. There was one guy. He's a really good friend to me now, still. I love him to death. I don't know if I'll name him. Maybe in a later video, I'll talk about him and everything in regards to that drama. Funny thing is, he worked in a different shop as well. This is the mate. We'll call him Tyler. I was a bit upset. I was like, "Oh, please, come work with me, take me under your wing, doing all that stuff." But, he's got to do what he's got to do. And that's fair enough. My Instagram at this point had a lot of ballpoint pen drawings. Those who know me know that I love drawing in ballpoint pen. I had a lot of those. I had a whole lot of just artistic drawings. Some of my portfolio pieces were on my Instagram. Tyler's studio had reached out to me. They were taking interest on my work, and I was like, "Wow, this is amazing. This is crazy. I can't believe someone's actually reached out to me." I declined. I know, it's a silly thing. I work there now, which is funny. So it was one day when me and Tyler had planned to go out that night, and I was working at my studio and he was at his studio. So I called him. I was like, "Oh, hey Tyler, where are you? I'll come pick you up." He said, "I'm at the new studio." I was like, "Oh, that's sweet. I'll come grab you." Drove to the new studio, and at this point, I had in my mind that they had messaged me on Instagram already. They were showing interest that they want to hire me. I was just planning to wait for Tyler, and Tyler could come out. Tyler told me to come into the studio and meet everyone and the boss and all that. So anyways, walked in, I met them all, and they were all like, you're the dude we messaged on Instagram." I was like, "Wow, yeah, I can't believe you guys know who I am." And I had asked Tyler, I was like, "Did you tell them about me?" He's like, "No, I keep your studio and my studio separate." He's like, I don't like to get into things like that." And I was like, "That's fair enough." I was pretty happy that this new studio knew who I was. Long story short, I got to talking with their boss. Me and him would just click instantly. He's my boss now. Love him to death. This tattoo shop is in Sydney, Australia. It's called Marked Tattoo. There are a whole lot of drama. I pretty much ended up converting to Marked Tattoo, and that's how I got my tattoo apprenticeship. That's my story. I'd like to talk about other things, but I don't want to make this video too long, and I don't want to bore you guys with my story too much. Yeah, I'll make videos that are like my portfolio, or like how I did my first tattoos, all that in a different video. Pretty much that's my story and how I got an apprenticeship. Love where I work, love my team. Thank you so much for watching. Please leave a like. Please comment if you guys are in the same experience, similar thing. If you guys are looking for an apprenticeship, or if you guys got an apprenticeship, tell me your story. I love talking to people. I love making friends. So please leave a comment and I'll reply to all of them. I'll try. Well, not many people are gonna watch it, but hopefully if you guys leave a comment, I'll reply. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button as well, and follow me on my socials. I'll leave a link down below. I'll catch you on the next one. That wasn't so hard, was it? Oh.